else. So King, so tell me what keeps you, very motivated in this industry, because I know it's very competitive everywhere. I'm a host, very competitive. What you're doing, an actor, an author, the entrepreneur, is very, very competitive. So tell me what keeps you motivated, King.
Well, something that you said, it's always God's time. So I work with knowing that. I work with not feeling like I have to do something in a certain amount of time. I focus on my now, and I focus on my creativity. I don't focus on money. Money comes when you're living your passion. Money comes when you're being creative. If you try to follow the money, you may get lost. There's counterfeit out there, right? So that's the same thing. So if you stay true to yourself and you keep it real with you, then you know that God is always going to align you with God's purpose for your life. And so I stay in that, and I live there. And for me, what inspires me is knowing that God said, knock and the door shall be open, ask and ye shall receive. So my job, if it says ask, then my job is to find out what questions. I have to ask the best questions to get the best answers in order to get the best results. And so, I don't take everything seriously. I enjoy my life. I stay as creative as I can be. And I give as much as I can. And so I use what is being given to me, and I give away the rest.
Right.
Yes. And I find that when you do that, there's always more to give. Right? Because when you receive and you give again. So when you receive, you give. And when you give, be ready to receive. And when you receive, be ready to give. So it's the law of reciprocation always at work.
Right. So can you know what's important? What you just said is you give and you shall receive. Many people don't see it. It's the little things that you do daily in your life that will inspire the next person, that will get you to where you need to be. And I preach on my show, it's so important is to be yourself, not try to be like everybody else, but stay in your own lane. Because once you tap into who you are, everything is history. God's going to take you up higher. And I preach that so constantly, King. So I'm glad that you said that, King. So King, so tell me, how important it is to just stay, level-headed in this industry, not get above yourself, always remember who you are. Because you got a lot of arrogant people out here. And, it's okay to have arrogance, but it's not okay to be, cocky. So tell me how important it is to differentiate between those two.
Well, I look at it like a car. If you ask a person what's the most important part to the car, most likely they're going to say the engine. But the engine won't start without the spark plug.
Right.
And even if the spark plug works and the engine works, if you don't have a tire on your car, you can't drive it. And even if you have all your tires on your car, but you don't have water in your car, antifreeze is going to overheat. So there's no such thing as one part of your car being more important. It takes every aspect, every component of your car. That's like your life. Every working part of your life is important. Every spiritual part of your life is important. Every physical, every emotional, every mental part is all a part which gives you the altitude in your life. So you got to check your attitude. You got to check your surroundings. You got to check who's around you. Are they drawing your energy? Are they energy vampires? Or are they feeding you? Are you being nurtured? Are they vitamins and minerals for you? Or are you being depleted? So all of these components are very, very important. They're all the working pieces, like to a car. And if one of them goes bad, so will you. If you're connected to it. You see, because if we're so deeply connected and rooted in connection with something or someone, when it goes bad, so will you. So a lot of people are trapped in a space and a place, and they can't understand why they can't move. They can't understand why things aren't getting better for them. And they're mad at people who are living their best life. But if they would just stop and stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and the Johnsons and pay attention to who they are, what they want. And then if they ask their question, why do I want what I want? What meaning and what value does it have in my life? Once you get that answer, then you can move, because you know you're already validated by the Most High anyway. So you don't need anybody else's approval. And then you can move forward knowing that you're blessed by the